Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everybody. Good morning all my students. Today we are going to learn more about the announcement text for grade 1 or we could say for grade 10, the first semester. There are some points that I would like to explore about the informations about the English materials in terms of the announcement text. First of all, this material is for grade 1, for grade 10 semester ganjil 2020-2021. Kemudian before that, I just want to explore about the basic competence for the student should achieve in this material. The first one is a 3.5. It is about the pengetahuan, skill pengetahuan. 3.5 yaitu membedakan fungsi sosial, struktur teks, dan unsur kebahasaan. Fungsi sosial itu adalah something like the social functions, and then generic structure, unsur kebahasaan, beberapa teks dalam bentuk announcement text. Dan untuk skill, untuk keterampilan, 4.5.1 yaitu menangkap makna secara kontekstual terkait dengan announcement text. Kemudian skill yang kedua 4.5.2 yaitu constructing ya. Jadi pada akhir dari pembelajaran ini siswa diharapkan itu bisa menyusun teks dalam bentuk announcement text, baik itu verbal or written secara sederhana dan pendek dan lengkap ya, sesuai dengan fungsi sosial yang sudah ada di 3.5 di atas ini. Kemudian pendek, sederhana, sesuai dengan konteksnya, sesuai dengan unsur kebahasaannya juga. This is the indicator to achieve the competence. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 indicators whether the student can achieve this material, this competence from 3.5.1 identificate social function, direct structure, kemudian mengklasifikasikan social function, direct structure, and language feature sampai di sini 4.5.2.3 present ya. Jadi untuk indikator bahwa siswa itu telah mencapai kompetensi, yang terakhir itu bisa dibuktikan dengan student can present announcement text orally or writtenly in short and complete based on the context. Kemudian untuk tujuan pembelajaran, goal of the learning. Jadi melalui diskusi, tanya jawab, penugasan, presentasi, dan analisis teks dengan menggunakan teknik membaca, visual literasi, peserta didik dapat membedakan, can differentiate social functions, kemudian generic structure, language feature of the announcement text atau teks pemberitahuan. Kemudian terakhir adalah tujuan dari pembelajaran ini, siswa can construct, dapat menyusun, can making out the announcement text secara baik dan benar, serta dalam pembelajaran ini akan dicoba untuk mengembangkan kemampuan critical thinking, communication, collaborations, and creations, atau yang sering kita kenal dengan fungsi ya, dalam pembelajaran yang sifatnya. Okay, now we are starting from the definition of announcements. Announcement is something like the pengumuman yang berasal dari kata to announce, mengumumkan, atau announce juga bermakna make a formal public declarations about the fact, occurrence, or intentions. Jadi we could say that announcement is something like the announcement atau pemberitahuan fakta kejadian atau jadwal-jadwal adanya suatu lomba, adanya suatu kegiatan, baik yang tertulis maupun yang diucapkan yang akan disampaikan kepada masyarakat atau publik. Next one. Okay, before we continue the explanations, I just want to ask you, do you know what is this? Do you know this place? Okay, alright. This is the airport. Pernahkah Anda menemukan pengumuman ketika memasuki airport? Of course. We can make something like the announcements about the schedule, about the time, about the flight number when we are entering into the airport. And then the next picture, do you know what is that? Okay, absolutely right. This is the bus stations. Ya. Kadang kita menemukan pengumuman seperti yang di atas ini yang ada tulisan putih, ada background hijau ini, something like the short, very short announcement. Ya. And then school, biasanya siswa itu mendapatkan informasi melalui pengumuman-pengumuman yang dibuat oleh sekolah maupun oleh siswa sendiri, seperti like student organizations, or we call it OSIS. And then the next picture is about bank. Sometimes we get informations, we got the important notice from the bank officer, for example. And then the last picture is about the it could be something like the clinic or small hospital. Sometimes we got the informations about the patients, about the doctors, about the schedule, about the list of the patients, about the something like medicines list, and so on. Okay, now we are going to how to construct the nouns dalam bentuk spoken form atau lisan atau yang di verbally spoken form. For the first of all, pengumuman lisan minimal itu harus memuat the first one, yaitu kepada siapa pengumuman itu ditujukan, and to whom the announcement addressed, kemudian contents atau maksud dari pengumuman seperti pengumuman lomba sekolah, for example, when we are meeting the announcement at school, sometimes we see the announcement about the school competitions, about the scholarship for the students, school reunions, kemudian school holiday, about the event at school, and so on. Okay, now here we go. In this point, I just want to show you an example of written announcement. Jadi saya ingin menunjukkan bahwa ini sebagai contoh dari teks pengumuman yang ditulis. Now look at the what we call it, the generic structure, ya. Di atas tuh biasanya yang dicetak tebal ini we call it something like title, ada judul. Kemudian di sini ada to whom the announcement addressed, kepada siapa kita tujukan pengumuman ini. Kemudian ada isi, di tengah ini ada time, kapan, waktunya, and then place, di mana tempatnya. Kemudian paling bawah di sini ini ada for further information, ini biasanya kita sebut dengan closing. Okay, now look at the something like diagram, small diagram. Title itu biasanya ada di atas ini, English Speed Contest, ya. Kemudian opening, seperti di kalimat kedua ini adalah opening. Kemudian yang ketiga, look at the what we call it line, ya. Ada garis ini. Di sini we start from the time sampai di tiga kalimat di bawah ini kita sebut dengan namanya adalah konten, isi dari pengumuman ini. Terakhir yaitu adalah closing, penutupan. Biasanya closing itu kita isi dengan misalkan for further information, untuk informasi berikutnya silakan hubungi kontak person, silakan hubungi panitia, dan lain sebagainya. Jadi we could refer to the example that there are four points in making or in constructing the announcement. The first one we call it title, and then the second one is opening, and then the third one is content and closing. Jadi ada empat poin dalam membuat pengumuman yang tertulis. Yang pertama title, tapi title itu bisa opsional, ya, bisa menggunakan atau bisa tidak. And then opening, konten itu adalah isinya, kemudian closing adalah penutupnya. Seperti contoh yang sudah saya Okay, now we are going to explore about the second generic structure or second compositions of the announcement text, that is namely the generic structure. Now look at the example. Opening, back to school dance. Dance itu adalah semacam tari ya, tari. Kemudian untuk kontennya we are starting from Friday August 13, 2010. Namanya ada candle gym ini semacam senam, kelompok senam gitu ya. Sponsored by PTO. Konten ini we are starting from Friday August sampai couple can be sibling. Artinya kalau dua orang itu bisa berbagi. Ya, ini semacam pengumuman dance ya. Kemudian di sini ada waktu-waktunya. Jadi 5.30 sampai 7 PM ini untuk kindergarten through 4th grade. Semacam ya umur 4 tahun lah atau kelas 4 gitu ya, karena di sini ada kindergarten ya, semacam TK atau kalau ya something like playground ya, playground to pupils. Kemudian di sini juga menunjukkan harga-harga ya, ada per persons of $5 a couple, ini satu pasang. Kemudian di bawah ada closing. Di sini ditunjukkan closing must be signed in out by parents or guardian. Jadi pendaftaran di sini harus ditemani oleh guardian, itu wali. Okay, this is the generic structure of the announcement text, something like opening, content, closing. Kenapa tidak ada judul di sini? Tadi sudah dijelaskan. The title is optional, bisa dipakai. The next one. Now here we go. This is the important information about the announcement text. The first one is generic structure. There are 3: opening, content, and closing without title, because title is optional. And then the language feature, and then the functions. Function means what is the purpose of the announcement text. Yeah, we call it the function. Announcements provide the complete and clear information about certain event or situation. Jadi fungsi dari announcement itu adalah memberikan informasi yang jelas, yang lengkap terkait suatu kejadian, situasi, dan lain sebagainya, atau kegiatan-kegiatan. Example. Okay, this is the last point. Just have a quick look at the yellow color here. Tips in making good announcement. Jadi ini ada tip-tip bagaimana kita membuat announcement yang baik ya. The first one, straightforward and ease the readers to get information quickly. Jadi pengumuman ini harus ease, itu artinya mudah untuk ditangkap oleh pembaca apa yang ada di pengumuman itu terkait informasi-informasi dengan cepat gitu ya. Kemudian yang kedua, keep it short. Short itu ada pendek. Jadi pengumuman itu harus short, inviting, sifatnya mengundang gitu ya. Arouse the readers to read the information. Jadi sifatnya mengundang and to the point, dan langsung pada pokok pengumuman, tidak bertele-tele gitu. Clear and complete, jelas, kemudian lengkap. For bad news, make a direct and no nonsense statement. Nonsense statement itu tidak bertele-tele gitu ya, tidak bertele-tele, dan harus sifatnya direct. Direct itu langsung, tanpa bertele-tele atau kalimat-kalimat yang berlebih di sini. This is example of the questions when we are having something like the daily test, daily evaluation for the announcement text. Biasanya pertanyaan-pertanyaan itu dimulai dengan what is the name of the train. Misal, berarti ini teksnya bisa jadi the title of the announcement about the train, maybe schedule of train, maybe the name of the train ya. And then the second one, when is the train going to leave? This is the informations, the questions about the schedule of the train, when the train leave. And then the third one, where does the announcement probably take place? Biasanya di mana pengumuman ini ada. Kemudian, nah, look at the answer. In the railway station. Railway station sama dengan train station. Now we go to the next example. Now look at the question number 1. What city does the Continental Executive Bus leave? Ini kayaknya pengumuman tentang bus, schedule of bus, maybe it could be bus schedule. And then where is the destination? Tujuan bus itu kemana? And then when will the bus leave? It is about the schedule of bus. And then where does the announcement probably take place? Di mana pengumumannya? Biasanya kalau we are talking about the bus schedule. So the announcement probably takes place at the bus station. Look at the answer for number 4. Okay, in the bus station. This is example 3. And then look at the questions and the answer. What is the flight number? Oh, maybe they are talking about the airport, about the flight. Yeah. Look at the first questions. What is the flight number? This is about the plane, aeroplane. Destinations, Jakarta. And then plane will stop, Hong Kong, Singapore. And then example 4. They are talking about the students. It could be we can imagine that the announcements happens at school, because we are talking about the students. Name of the school, and then student have to come to where. This is the content. Where is the questions of the content, referring to the content of the announcement text. To whom is about the something like the opening when we are making the announcement text. Look at the questions and the answers. Where are the students from? From 8th class. Example 5. This is the last example. Okay, now look, you can guess and then you can imagine. Now have a look at the question number 1. What is the holiday for? And then when does the holiday begin? If we are talking about the holiday, it means that we are talking about the school holiday. Now look at the questions. Look at the answer. Does it match? Alright, holiday for student. Because we are having the Idul Fitri event. Okay, for reflections, you can ask yourself, and then you can tick which one is suit your reflections, your experience during this learning. This is for the material for grade 1, the material for the first semester for English subject matter. And then thank you. I hope you can master these materials, and at the last you can making out the announcement text later. Okay, thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.